Good morning. This is Tyler Wist reporting from the ESA 2010 meeting in San Diego, California. And I'm here with Dave Wood, and he's going to introduce himself. Go ahead, Dave. Tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm Dave Wood. I'm an entomologist. I've worked in forestry since my undergraduate days.
Oh, beautiful.
Undergraduate at Syracuse at the State University of New York. 48 to 52, then 3 years in the military, and then on to graduate school at UC Berkeley. And I'm fortunate enough to have been able to continue doing what I like to do at the University of California until the present day.
That's awesome. So I understand you just became an octogenarian. You had your 80th birthday.
Well, it's actually next month, but...
Oh, not quite.
on the 8th, but it's close enough.
Well, happy early birthday.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So the ESA threw you a bit of a party at this meeting. They had a symposium with all of your former students speaking. Tell me how that felt to have so many people at your birthday party.
Well, it's basically overwhelming. I'm still processing all of the nice things that were said, and you don't realize the impact you have on students, postdocs, and other colleagues until they stand up and say, you know, you affected my life in a certain way.
That is awesome.
And it's, well, I just say it's heartwarming, and I'm privileged to be recognized that way by my friends.
Some of those pictures that they showed during their presentations of your earlier years, were you surprised to see those?
Well, I didn't expect to see me as a 3 or 4 year old. That was pretty impressive.
No, you don't expect anyone to show something like that.
I hadn't seen that picture for a long time. But a lot of events in these colleagues' lives came out, you know, that which impressed them, you know, at some point in their career working with me, and I was impressed with what they chose to remember. You know, so it's actually a trip down memory lane for them too. So,
yeah.
So we actually are revisiting our lives together. It's a community.
You mentioned a community and lives. Do they feel like family to you?
Yeah, they do. This has been my life and will be into the future.
Well, you've influenced quite a few people. Dave?
I think they influenced me.
And they've influenced you as well.
Tremendous influence on me.
Good to learn from each other.
Absolutely.
So I understand that you're a fellow at the ESA. How long have you been a fellow?
Well, I wish I could remember the date, but I know I was awarded the fellow designation at the meetings in Las Vegas when we met with the plant pathologists. So those plant pathologists and entomologists had a joint meeting every now and then. And that's when I received it. I think it may have been, it was probably like 98, maybe 96, something like that.
Excellent. So what's your, about the ESA, what would you have to say to any potential entomologists out there who aren't members?
Join up. I mean, you have to be a member of the society because the encouragement of the discipline is based on our society strength, and the stronger the society, the more influence we can have in our day-to-day activities, and we can influence policy and politics and funding, and basically improve our profession.
Excellent.
And our contributions to society through the society. So I think everybody should be a member, even though it's expensive for some people.
Student membership is relatively cheap.
Yeah, student membership is very reasonable.
It's a good place to start.
Keep it reasonable. So I've been a member, I don't know how long. I don't know if it's been 50 years, but I think I joined in the 60s.
Excellent. Now, if you had to choose a favorite insect, Dave, what would it be and why?
Well, that's a loaded question, of course. I discovered bark beetles. I mean, I remember studying them in my first entomology course, briefly. But in my doctoral training program, the first semester, I was introduced to Ips engraver beetles, and I ended up applying DDT, lindane, aldrin, dieldrin, all of the chlorinated hydrocarbons to these beetles to see how long they lived. You know?
So you liked them so much you treated them with insecticide.
So that was my job, you know, as research assistant with my professor.
Well, that's
But
excellent.
I became interested in the insect that we were treating, and it was the basis of my thesis and ongoing work with the pheromone systems produced by them, and interactions with other species during colonization of the host, and attraction of natural enemies, the whole community of insects that are involved in colonization of trees that are being killed by bark-beetles. That was my interest, still continues to be my interest, most interest. So I'm involved in the pathology of trees too, and that interaction among pathogens, trees, and insects. So it's a world of pathogens too, and they're carried around by these beetles.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Dave, for the interview. This is Tyler Wist signing off from ESA 2010.